Content time. I made a PowerPoint. This is how much money I've gotten paid in the last year of sponsorships. Chad, I want to give a small disclaimer. I did this last night while very tired, so things could be slightly wrong on here. My bad. But the essence of it is correct. It's ballpark correct, but it also might be exactly correct. I asked my agency if I'm allowed to reveal how much a specific sponsor is paying me, and they said that I can. So I wanted to go through and just give a brief overview of how much I have been paid in the last year because I like to be transparent. This is kind of a part of a series that I've done where when Slay the Spire 2 released, I had one of the best months of my career. I did a video talking about how much money a content creator gets paid in that month from things that weren't sponsorships. So without further ado, let's get into the PowerPoint. Who am I? I am FrostPrime. I wanted to make this video because I realized when I did this video the last time, there were a lot of people that clicked on the video, and this is on my second channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you have no idea who the fuck I am, you're on my second channel right now. I'm actually a guy named FrostPrime. I have about 350,000 subs on YouTube, making Slay the Spire and other niche indie roguelike game content. I have about 150,000 followers on Twitch. I also have some numbers here. In the last 365 days, I've uploaded 420 videos. That is actually exactly. That's fucking cool. That's mainly because during the first couple of months of Slay the Spire 2 coming out, we released 2 videos a day. This is not including shorts. This is just long-form videos. On those long-form videos, we've gotten an average views of 80,000, which I think is pretty fucking cool. When I looked at that, I was actually really fucking surprised because it was about 33.7 million views total, divided over the 420 videos. That's fucking cool as shit. This is just giving a scale to the people that don't know who I am, how big I am. I'm not the biggest content creator. I am not the smallest content creator. I'm what you would consider a middle-class content creator. I don't make a crazy amount, but I make enough that I live comfortably. So, average concurrent viewership on Twitch, between Twitch and YouTube over the last 365 days was 1,053. I was really happy to see that number. That number makes me really happy. A year ago, if I look at myself a year ago, I averaged 430 viewers over the 2 platforms a year ago. And then in the last 30 days, I averaged 1,284 viewers. That's some fucking growth, baby. Thanks, Slay the Spire 2. Really appreciate that one, bud. Also think I'm just like becoming a better content creator. So I think that's fucking cool. CCV is short for concurrent viewers. Yeah, I think people know that. I didn't know what CCV was. Okay, well, if you don't know what CCV is, it's how many viewers I have at any given time. It's CCTV. You're missing the T. Okay. But either way, I've had a lot of growth over the last years, and I had a lot of viewership in, again, the early months of this year when Slay the Spire 2 came out. I just wanted to give complete context. I'm a much bigger content creator than I was last year. So, yeah, when we start getting into numbers, we're going to talk about stuff specifically. Okay, now here's the sponsor stuff. How many sponsors did I take last year? Does anybody want to take a guess? You got to realize, what kind of sponsors do I take? Most of the sponsors that I take are indie games. Most of the sponsors that I get are, my agency brings me a new indie game that is coming out soon. And they say, hey, will you play this game? Usually for about 2 hours. I get paid a certain amount for those 2 hours. Sometimes we'll post a video about it. Sometimes I post a tweet about it. There's like various different things that people will pay for, but usually it is a 2-hour minimum stream, and it is for an indie game. And I'm very blessed to be able to take mainly sponsors that are indie developers, because that makes me feel really good that at the end of the day, when people ask me, like when normies ask me what I do for a living, I get to say, I play indie games to help other games that need viewership grow. So you take money from small devs. When you put it that way, I do seem like an asshole, but if I could speak just for a moment here, when I averaged 500 concurrent viewers and I took a sponsorship for a game called Crush the Industry, we got more signups and then eventual purchases of the game than somebody with 12,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. But either way, congratulations, Running Man. You got it exactly right. It took 17 total sponsors over the last 365 days. 17 total sponsors, 15 of which were indie games, 2 of which were non-gaming related, and we'll talk about them individually. One is Kettlehead Popcorn. The other one was Red Bull. We're going to talk about those individually because I think they're very niche and specific cases. How much money did I make? Now, this is excluding Kettlehead and Red Bull because I think, again, they're niche cases, so we're going to talk about them separately, and then we'll add them together at the end. But anybody want to take a guess? Everybody taking... I like the people that take real guesses. Out of 15 indie game sponsorships, I made $44,650. Sorry, these sponsors paid $44,650. That is an average sponsor of $2,976 per sponsor. Now, the sponsorship that was the oldest sponsor in this list, that would be Day of the Shell. that paid $1,400 for a 2-hour YouTube and Twitch simulcast stream. And then after that, there was the Royal Rit that paid $1,000 for a 2-hour Twitch-only stream. And then, right after Slay the Spire 2 came out, shout out motherfucking War Drum. Shout out motherfucking War Drum that paid $14,750, 6.25K for a 2-hour Twitch stream and YouTube stream, 4.25K for a highlight video, and 4.25 thousand for a short. So there was a large discrepancy between the sponsors that I've gotten in the past. The most recent sponsor, Heroes of Hammerwatch, for a 2-hour co-op stream was $3,500. 2-hour co-op stream with Dan Giesling. But then also I've taken 33 Immortals that for a 2-hour Twitch only stream was $1,600. So they're wildly the discrepancy, because average. I also think that average is a bad metric, right? If you know anything about numbers and stuff like that, average is a bad metric. Median's better, but again, I was tired last night and I didn't feel like doing that. So War Drum was the only sponsor above 5K. So if that tells you anything, how much one skew can skew the numbers by a lot. But I know there's the obvious question. If you don't know anything about me and who I am, I like to pay people very fairly. I pay my YouTube editor 100% of the YouTube revenue because I don't do anything to make the YouTube videos come out. I stream, so I take 100% of the YouTube revenue. So anytime that we would have a video that was going to be uploaded, like for instance, the War Drum video, first off, 20% goes straight to my agency. So you just take this number, you take 20% off of it. Any number, you would take 20% off of it. Any number after that, if it was not for a live stream or a tweet, something that was solely me, it would be split between me and the editor. So Andrew got paid $4,800 over the last year, and Mambu got paid $1,700 again. Shout out War Drum, baby! So after all that math, comes out to about $29,000. $29,000 is how much I was take home. And again, this is untaxed revenue, so I have to pay taxes on this. So I'm not going to do the math on how much I'd pay because that's not based on my total income. It's not taking out business expenses, etc., etc. But this is how much was put into my bank account at the end of the day. All right, let's move on. We got more to talk about. Next up, Red Bull. In case you guys didn't know, I got sponsored by Red Bull. So Red Bull was an interesting sponsor, and this is why it's separate. Red Bull sponsored my tournament that I put on earlier this year. Slay the Spire, Devour the Tower Team Tournament. It was a major production. I didn't think that I could talk about how much Red Bull paid me. Turns out, I fucking can. I'm really happy that I got to work with Red Bull. They're really cool to work with. Since then, they've sent me out 250 additional Red Bulls to keep my Red Bull fridge stocked. And they are open to working to get together again in the future, because the way that Red Bull works is they're a large company. So they come up with their fiscal budget a year in advance. I hit them up a month before my tournament, and it was not before their fiscal year was rounding out and ending and starting. I basically got what they called their discretionary funds. I got petty cash. Basically, they just have a certain amount of money that if an event comes up that's cool, they can throw some sponsorship money at it, but it's not what they would consider a full sponsorship. We had told them that we would that we would peak at about 16,000 concurrent viewers. We peaked at 50,000 concurrent viewers. So I think they're pretty fucking excited, and they would love to be a part of the next event that I put on, because I think it was really fucking good. I think it went well. So they paid me $4,000. Obviously, it's $3,200 after my agency cut, but the tournament cost me $15,000 to put on. So, fuck. Shit. So, when I talk about the total number of money that I was paid in sponsorships at the end of the year, I didn't include Red Bull because I thought that they were like a very niche spot that I was in. You're welcome to just add this onto the end of the numbers. To me, it was just kind of like a little spot. This was a normal tournament. I think they easily would have paid for the entire thing, and potentially then some, and we could have put on a bigger and better event. I think your event might be in the red. Yeah. But we got one more sponsor to talk about, baby. Boom. Motherfucking Kettlehead. So, if you don't know who Kettlehead is a small 4, now 5-person company. They just recently hired their 5th employee, a lot in part due to us. We helped them grow. They're a very small company here in Denver, Colorado, that had never really had the idea of selling outside of Colorado. They were in a lot of Colorado stores, in like a lot of breweries. I found them in a dog park. They're very much a Colorado brand, but they can ship anywhere across the US. So I emailed him and I said, hey, I'm a YouTuber. Let's work together. I heard nothing. I didn't hear anything back. So I was like, damn, well, I really like this. So I saw that they had an address, and I just showed up. I just showed up and I said, hey, We should work together. And he said, I don't understand what it's worth to have a content creator, but I'm down to talk to your agency. And he reached out to my agency. They had a meeting. And my agency basically said, we want you to pay him $1,000 a month. We want you to pay him $1,000 a month to rep your product, and he'll have a discount code, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, I don't know what a content creator's worth. Again, I'm in the hole right now because I just bought this new place. I don't understand how a content creator that is averaging at the time about 20,000 views a video is really going to do a lot for me in my content. But he texted me that. He said, hey, dude, I really like talking with you. It's just, I don't think that I'm down for a flat payment every month. And I was like, brother, I just want to fucking work with you. I think it's cool to work with a small business. I want to help you out as much as you want to help me out. And I was like, well, let's just try an affiliate. Because again, I just wanted to work with him. I literally just thought this brand was fucking cool. And if you are a content creator and you think a brand is just fucking cool, it's okay to not get paid what you're potentially worth. Because as a content creator, they say, really, you should never do affiliate marketing. Especially when it's like the massive brands. And I'm sorry if I have friends watching this right now. I think you're getting scammed by getting sponsored by like Gamer Subs. I think that you are on the losing end in order to build brand relevancy. I don't think it's, let me take it back. I don't think you're getting scammed, but I think that you are not on the winning end. And in a sponsorship, the content creator should be on the winning end. What's an affiliate sponsor? I'll explain. Normally, they want to sponsor me for 30 days. They pay me $1,000 and I rep them for 30 days. Affiliate marketing is you have a 10% code. This is what I have with Kettlehead. If you use code FROST at checkout, you get 10% off, and then I get an additional 10%. Whatever your discount is, I actually get paid that. So overall, Kettlehead is taking a 20% cut in order to sell popcorn to you. So then I'm incentivized to then push as much Kettlehead as possible if I want to make money. If everybody under the sun has the same affiliate sponsorship, it dilutes who is going to be using what code and whether or not it is worth it for you. And most larger content creators that are also sponsored by these major brands that do affiliate marketing on the bottom are getting paid flat plus affiliates. So I reached out to Kettlehead and I was like, I don't fucking care. I just want to work with you. Let's get our foot in the door. Let me show you what my audience can fucking do. And then maybe we'll go to a flat fee. In the first month, I made $3,000 selling $30,000 worth of popcorn. Again, math, 10% of 30,000, 3,000. I got paid $3,000 in the first month. Because again, one, it's a new product. It's really fucking easy to sell. It's so fucking good. And there was also the thought of repeat customers. People try some, they like it, and then they're like, fuck, I need some more with the different flavors. There's 16 different flavors. That worked out really, really well. And ever since then, we haven't gone to a payment model because the affiliate marketing is just enough. Because again, they're pretty much their only guide. Recently, Nandre has come on as well. Fuck yeah, Nandre. Love Nandre. You can use code Nandre at checkout for 10% off as well. He's got the same exact deal. And I think if Kettlehead continues to grow and become more and more in with different affiliates and in different more and more content creators, it then eventually will get to that point that it would dilute stuff. Luckily, they're a really tiny company and they can't take on a lot more. Sometimes he texts me and he says, hey, you've been pushing the code too much. We're running out of popcorn. Because at Kettlehead, they have one popcorn machine. One single machine. And every single day, they pick one flavor and they pop that flavor all day. And then they clean the fucking place, make it spotless for the next day, and they pop another flavor. But if you can't tell, I'm building up to a large thing because not only did we increase their online revenue or their online sales by 50% in the first month, we've done good numbers for them because normally they are like a wholesale business kind of thing where they sell to a business that then puts it on their shelves and the business can sell it for whatever they want. This was selling direct to consumer, which is something that they do because they do a lot of farmers markets, but it wasn't something that they did regularly online. It wasn't something that didn't happen online because it was a lot of repeat customers would want their flavors online, but it was something that it was definitely a newer market for them. It's more profitable too. Yes and no with the discount codes, not necessarily. But let's get into the numbers. Finally, there were 5,190 total orders in the last 365 days. Does anybody want to guess how much you guys have spent on popcorn? Just this audience? Average order of $49.22. This is because my audience is fucking autistic in the best way, the most beautiful way. And they figured out tech in order to, because if you get over $50, you get free shipping. So they figured out the perfect number to get just like literally 3 cents over $50 so that they get free shipping and they get the most bang for their buck. So if you do the math, it's $255,000 spent on popcorn. And it's pretty easy to just move the decimal place over. That's how much I get paid. And that's how much I paid because my agency takes $0 because they said, if you take an affiliate deal, we won't take 20% cut of that. And this is my best sponsorship that I've taken. And I'm personal friends with Dylan. We hang out. He came to August's birthday party. He hand sewed her an apron with a bunch of bunnies on it. Really, his girlfriend did most of it, but he took part in it. He's a very good person. I love this guy. I would ride or die for this fucking guy. And again, these guys are technically bottlenecked because they sell pre-popped popcorn and there's only 5 people that work in the entire company. Shipping costs are insane if they try to go outside of the country. So this is only available in the United States. We had 5,190 orders from just motherfuckers buying this shit inside the US. If my international audience could get their grubby little grubbers on this shit, double it. Double it, but still give it to me. I would have gotten double, probably. And it's literally just because shipping is expensive when you have a large amount of volume. You ship by weight, you ship by volume. Popcorn takes up a lot of volume. Simple as that. It's like $80 to get it overseas in shipping alone. So like, it's insane. But I'm just very proud to be able to support a small business in this way. I'm thankful for my audience for helping support a small business in this way. Also, got you hooked. There's cocaine in every single bag. Okay, sorry, that's a joke. Easily my most proud sponsorship. I've had that in the sponsored message. If you type exclamation Kettlehead in chat, it says my most proud partnership. I do feel like a partner with them. If I had the money and they would allow me to, I would invest in the company. They're constantly working on new shit. Not going to talk about new flavors, but all I can say is there is a big jar of MSG at the Kettlehead warehouse right now. So good shit is coming. So I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. And I appreciate working with him. So in conclusion, adding it all up really quickly before the ad needs to run on Twitch. Other than Red Bull, sponsors paid me $70,193.59. I take home $54,763.59. Use code FROST at kettleheadpopcorn.com.
He's an arsonist on a noble quest to escape the wrath of the IRS. He's got conflicting positions in the endless fight for queer folks and a